These steps in my backyard were looking so bad. We had to fill it in a little bit, and it was just an eyesore with the beautiful deck my husband had built. So I got an idea in my head that I really didn't know if it would be successful or not. But I started off by just sweeping all the dirt off of the steps just to start with a clean slate. Then I applied this primer to the entire thing, so both the small step and the large one. I had to keep kind of cleaning it off as I went so it stayed clean. Then next I finally found what I thought would be the right shade of terracotta that I was looking for. It took me a while to find the right thing, but I got a paint specific for patios or concrete so that it could withstand any weather, even though it's not going to be in any direct exposure. I was kind of going for like a Spanish looking painted tile step. I had the idea in my head. I wasn't really following a picture that I found. I was just trying to make the picture that I had in my head. When I actually started applying it, it looked way more orange than I was hoping for, but I just had faith in the process and I applied several layers until it kind of looked just about perfect. The next step in the process is to apply the stencil. I ended up doing kind of a few of these at a time. I tried doing a spray paint at first that just did not look good at all, so I used adhesive to hold it down and then kind of used a paint roller. I tried a couple different methods with this, but just rolling it on seemed to be the most effective. This part was pretty tricky. Even though I used adhesive to hold it down, it was still not a great application to the material of the kind of uneven concrete. So it ended up way outside of the stencil and pretty imperfect, although you can't necessarily tell that here when I remove the stencil. You can kind of see it's a little bit uneven, but then I did this to all of the edges, the whole small step, and then was probably the most time consuming. I did a ton of detail work, like making sure all of the lines and edges were perfect by hand, which took forever. Last, it needed a finish because this step is outside. It's covered by the edge of the deck roofing, so it won't be directly exposed to the elements, but it does need an outdoor finish so it doesn't immediately wear off, especially with foot traffic. As you can see, I didn't end up doing the big step, but here's the finished product. I had thought about doing all of it, the big step included, but I knew I would sort of make that decision once I saw how it looked. And I am just obsessed with how it looks with just the one step stencil tiled and the rest that solid terracotta color. So here's a couple of different angles of this step so you can kind of see it up close. And one last look of the before and after. Once again, this was a total experiment, not following any real instructions, just sort of guessing at what to do, and it turned out way better than I was expecting. It's really one of my favorite features of our house now.